Hi Flosstube, it's Darlene with Darlene Dion Designs. Today I thought I would do a whip parade. I've never done a whip parade before and I love watching them. So I thought I would do one here for you. I don't have a ton of whips, more than I probably should. Well, that depends on who you ask. But I'm not concerned about it. I love having them started. I can choose whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't have a schedule. I just stitch what I feel like stitching. Anyway, so it is January the 11th, 2024. I said it right, but I wrote it wrong. My numbers from last year, I just wrote out my numbers. I didn't try to make sense of the math. Didn't matter to me whatsoever. I had 25 finishes in 2023, which was about half of what I had the previous year. I had 39 starts. And if you've watched me for a while, you know that this year I'm doing 60 starts because I'm turning 60 in March. I have a couple of hashtags. One is a hashtag that was already in use, and it is 60 at 60. Hashtag 60 at 60. And then I did hashtag DD 60 at 60. Yeah, so if you want to follow those, I would love for you to keep up with me. If you are turning, a significant number this year, I would love for you to join me. Doesn't matter if it's 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter to me. I would love for you to join me. FFOs last year I had 17, and that was way down from the previous year too. Anyway, I came across Penny's daughter shares, and I've been watching her for a while, but I had totally missed her hashtag for the FFOs, FFO 2020 50. I think she was she was trying for 25 and she got 50. I think that's how it is. So I'm really hoping to participate in that hashtag this year. She's doing another one for 2024. So we'll see. I would really like to get in on that. So these are my whips. Some of them, as we go, I'm going to talk about them what I can. I don't know everything about the fabrics and everything, but anyway, some of them I'm probably going to FFO or UFO. I'm not sure about them. I haven't stitched on them for a long time. So I probably will. Maybe not today, but probably in the next few months. Especially 3 or 4, I will probably FFO or give to, or UFO, or give to someone or whatever. Okay, so let's get started. The very first one is one that I'm probably not going to continue with. It is, I don't have the cover page because it wasn't download. It's by Stitchy Princess Black, is that right? She's a Ukrainian designer, and a lot of people were buying patterns from her to support her at the beginning of the war there. And so I bought a couple patterns, and I don't even remember what it's called. This is one that I started, and I'm not loving it. I think it's the fabric. Oh, I meant to bring a board in. I think it's the fabric. It's a fabric that I dyed myself. It's 28 count Monaco, so it's quite stiff, which really isn't a biggie for me, but it's just, I'm just not enjoying stitching it. So I bought that one, and I bought one that was foxes, I think. Anyway, so I probably am going to UFO this one. I was stitching 2/2 with DMCs, and it's a cute pattern, and I've seen a lot of you stitch it. But anyway, that one's probably going to become a UFO. And this one too. I may give this one to someone. This is a Little Dove Designs, and it's called Friendship Sampler. My sister and I started this together, and I think she's pretty much scrapped hers too. We were going to change the wording. It says, side by side or miles apart, good friends are always close to your heart. And we were going to, I was going to chart it and say something about sisters being always close to your heart, but it just hasn't happened. And again, I'm not really loving it. It's really pretty, and it's on a piece of really nice fabric that I don't have. I can't remember what the fabric was. Sand, maybe. Because I know I had a piece of sand at that time. So it is 28 count Lugana by Picture This Plus, and I would say it's probably sand. So, you know, I've got a fair bit of it. I probably got a tiny bit more than half of it done. Or right around half. Anyway, it's cute. It's very cute. And I'm stitching it with DMCs, and it's 2/2. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I don't know. Now that I've got it out and looked at it, it's hard to know. Anyway, that'll be in the maybe pile. These are in no particular order. These are things that I started first of the year, so you know you haven't seen them yet, but they're not old whips by any means. The next couple of things. There's something else I was going to say. Can't remember what it was. Oh well. So this was my New Year's Day start. The Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. I got this pattern for Christmas. And it's a Carriage House samplings design. I love it so much, and I've wanted it for a long time. I want all of the Hawk Runs. Yeah. So I am using a piece of fabric, 36 count oatmeal by Shepherd's Needle. And I started in the upper left corner like I normally do, and that is really blowing out the color here. Oh, that looks better. That's more like it. So it is really fun to stitch, really fun. And I know there is a group of friends stitching it this year. Christine from Hollis Hands Creates, and Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow, and I think Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and maybe Yvette. I can't remember which. All of them are stitching it, but they're breaking it up and doing it in assignments so that they are, you know, trying to achieve a certain amount each month. And I don't see much point in me trying to do that because I don't think I would be able to keep up. But anyway, I love it. Love it. Really, really happy with the way it's looking. So the waves are starting to shape up, and so tonight I will probably start the water there. There is a mistake in it. First block, I made a counting mistake in the sides of the block. So I was able to fix it. So I'm not going to tell you what the mistake is because it's not noticeable. So anyway, hopefully, I was so glad I caught it when I did because it would have thrown the whole piece off. So anyway, so that was my January 1st start. And then I had a start on January 5th. Again, that same group of friends is stitching this one, and I already had this one scheduled to start at sometime in the first of the year in my 60 starts. So this is And Heaven and Nature Sing. Is it? And Heaven and Nature Sing, yep, by Kathy Barrick. Excuse me. I've had this one. My sister gave me this last year for Christmas. So it's been in my start pile, ready to go, but anyway, I love it. I have a thing for deer. If you've been here for a while and you've seen me talk about Keji, my beloved national park nearby, yeah, I try to go there often through the year to see the deer. Anyway, I have a thing for deer. So, perfect one for me. And I started in the upper left corner. My fabric is the first time I've stitched on this fabric. It's 37 count. ACLL. I don't know what that means. Shepherd's Needle. I assume it's called Corn Tassel. Anyway, the color is Corn Tassel. It's 37 count linen. I love it. It's a tiny bit stiffer than other linens I've used. And I really, really like stitching on it. And I think I've got one other piece of 37 count by the same design, this same dyer in my stash. I had some fabric that I had received from a friend, so I've been going through that, and so I didn't deliberately order 36 or 37 count, but it is really, really nice to stitch on. I'd have to say it's my favorite so far in linen. I really wish that they made Lugana in 36 count. I love stitching on Lugana, love it. But I love stitching with one thread too. So Lugana would be just perfect in 36 count, but they don't anyway. And I don't expect they will because I want it. Okay, this is a bad print from my printer that was not working, from Stitching with the Housewives, Snowed in Bloom, I guess it's called. And this one may be a UFO. I have a fair size start on it. It's not huge. There would be just a little bit more on the base and the flowers in the middle and a couple flowers around the outside. But I don't like the black. I'm stitching it on, I think it's 28 count black Lugana. Don't like the black at all. So like I said, I don't really see myself finishing this one, but you never know. There's not a whole lot left to do to it. Okay, I showed you this one last time in my Flosstube, so I'm going to show it again just quickly. It's my only full coverage piece. It is A Christmas Carol. It is by Heaven and Earth Designs, A Christmas Carol by Dean Morrissey. The artist is Dean Morrissey, and I love it. But I don't pull it out all the time. But when I do, I really enjoy it. It is 1/1, full stitches 1/1 on 25 count Lugana. There is another full coverage that I'm very seriously thinking about starting this year. It's a fox. It's just a beautiful fox face, and it's a profile. Oh my goodness, it's just stunning. It's the same Etsy shop that sells the girl in a field of flowers. That same designer, I think. I'm pretty sure that actually, I'm not sure that she's the designer, if she's just selling them on her shop. Anyway, I'd have to look, but it's pretty stunning. I showed you this one last time. I've been trying to do this one as a one thread a day, one thread. And it is Home Sweet Home by Modern Folk Embroidery. It is 32 count Lucan in the color Raw. And I'm using Schoolhouse Red, the color. And can't remember which company the thread is. I want to say Gentle Arts, but I'm not positive. So that one's really enjoyable. And like I said, I've been trying to do, or maybe I didn't say it. Yeah, I did. That I'm trying to do one thread a day, but I don't every day. But it's fun to stitch. Okay, this was a new start on January 2nd, part of my 60 at 60. I'm participating in the hashtag that Michelle from Mama Loves You GB came up with for Pinker and Pumpkin houses. So it's PNP, 6 houses, the word, PNP, 6 houses, 2024 Sal. And the first one I chose to do is Edna Viola's Salt Box. And I don't have a cover sheet. This is the one with the tomato pincushion at the bottom and tomatoes on the plant here, so it's fun. It is on 28 count mushroom Lugana. Yeah, like definitely a classic Lugana. So I have a start on that. This was a start just a week or so before Christmas. Berries in Bloom by Hands On Design. It is 32 count Heritage Lagana by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for DMCs. This was my Christmas Day start, so you've seen this one last time in my Flosstube 2. And I haven't done anything more to it, so I'll just show you a quick look at that. That is the one that I can't remember what the fabric was, and it was in a bag with a card in the bag, and I don't know what I did with the bag. So I may come across it because I would like to be able to keep track of what it's on. But it is 36 count linen, and I'm stitching it 1/2. This is one that I had a restart on. Another Modern Folk embroidery, and it is Jane Austen. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the Jane Austen at the top or if I'm going to put someone from my family on there. I could see myself doing that. I'm stitching it 1/1. One over one on 28 count Lagana. I think it's like a, I don't think it's mushroom, but it might be. No, I don't think it's mushroom. Anyway, it's like a cream or ivory. So it's, I'm enjoying it, but I don't pull it out much. So, but I do enjoy it when I do get it out. So anyway, I will definitely get back to that one. Maybe when I finish that other one red thread, I will move on to this one. I have a couple of other red thread ones that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. This is a Carolyn Manning. You've seen it several times, probably if you've been here. This is Granny is No Square, or it's also called Daybreak. And the picture online is a digital mock-up of it. So the colors are not true. So when I printed it, what I printed, I loved the colors of what I printed off. So when I pulled the colors according to that, they didn't match. They were not as pastel-y or soft. And I didn't really want pastel, but I didn't want glaring bright either. So this is my own conversion. I tried to, you know, go by the digital mock-up quite a bit, and this is what I came up with. So I'm at the halfway mark. I haven't stitched on it in a while. It is 2/2 DMC on 28 count Monaco, like an antique white Monaco. It's really fun to stitch. It's kind of brainless stitching. This one doesn't call to me. This is a Blackbird design, and I know everybody was stitching it Feast of Friendship, and I had to have it, and I had to start it right away, and I have a fair bit done. Not a huge amount, but it just, I don't know what it is. It just, I'm still going to stitch it. I'm going to get back to it, but probably definitely not until fall, and I don't think I stitched on it at all this past fall. But it's so beautiful. Anyway. And this is a piece of 28 count, I think it's 28 count Lagana. And I would say it's that sand color again. So pretty. The colors are beautiful. The fabric is beautiful. The design is just amazing. I don't know what it is, but I hardly ever reach for it. Maybe this will be the year. Just before Christmas, I started this Waxing Moon design piece, and I don't have it because it's I don't have the cover sheet because it's a PDF. So this is the Winter Trio, and I'm stitching it on 32 count Steinbeck. Anyway, NAF. Is that a design? Is that a dyer? NAF? but it also says shepherd's needle. I don't know if shepherd's needle is the design, is the dyer or the store, the shop that sold it or what. But anyway, I love it. It's so cute. I love these designs. Waxing Moon designs. They've got some really cute ones. I seen the trio in a bowl, Lost and Floss too, I think, posted that on Instagram, and I went right off to the store and to the shop and bought it. So cute. Oh my. That's the call for DMCs. Excuse the threads hanging. There's always threads hanging on my work. That's how I roll. This is Clemence Janot. And I should have asked my hubby again, as he's French, how to pronounce it, but I failed to remember to do that. And I can't remember the name of the designer. It's in my bag, but can't remember. Anyway, it's beautiful, birds, and I'm only doing the center of the full chart. And I was inspired by Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim, to stitch it. Oh, I was going to say it's a Quaint Rose Needle Arts, but it's not. It's a French name. Anyway, she finished hers in a clock, I think. And I have a clock that I hope it'll fit in. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure this is Fox and Rabbit Duxbury. Love it. That is 36 count, and I'm stitching 1/2. This one is debatable for me. I got it for Christmas, I think 2 years ago from my sister. So I started it, I think last Christmas I started it. And I was doing a sow with Stray Cat Stitcher, I think. And I am stitching it on a piece of wheat, 28 count Lugana. Wheat Lugana, and I'm doing 2/2, but my house is a little wonky. Now, when I'm stitching something big like that, I tend to go the whole house in one direction with my X's and then come back the other way. And I've noticed lately when I'm doing that, the house goes a little wonky until you come back down and then it straightens it out. I don't know why. It seems so weird to me. Anyway, I've got a big chunk of that house done. So, but like, you see, there's even like a little pucker there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's this fabric, if it's just quite a loose weave of Lugana or what, but I'm sure it would pull out when it was framed. Yeah, see, it would. So, I'm not going to scrap it yet. I'm going to work on it some more and see how I feel about that wonky house. Anyway, it's a beautiful design. I love it. Little House Needleworks. I think I could stitch Little House Needleworks for the rest of my life and be content. They've got so many beautiful pieces. A friend and I started this one probably late last summer, or might have been early summer. I don't know. It's a Teresa Kogut, all the things. And I did an upper right hand corner start. I just have 2 of the blocks done. Nope, wrong corner. There we go. Oh my. Now, it called for gingerbread fabric, which I didn't have. This is doubloon, I think. I guess the tag is gone. I'm pretty sure it is 32 count, 36 count. I think it's 36 count doubloon, and I'm stitching it 1/1. 1/2, sorry, 1/2. It's really pretty, but the gingerbread is a lot, it's got quite quite a bit more orange in it than my fabric does. So like in behind the tree, they didn't stitch that in that color. But I think it's okay. I think I'm going to leave it that. The only thing, when I come to stitch the beard, if I find it too light on the effect, this is blowing out. It's not nearly as light as that. That's more like it down here. Anyway, I think it'll be okay. It's a fun stitch. This is a sal that I was doing with Kim, the Contented Needleworker, and I love it. I'm stitching it in memory of my dad. It's from the Winds of Autumn book from Blackbird Design. The book's coming apart, sorry. So it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And I'm going to put his initials on there, and probably somewhere the years. Yeah, over here by the tree is 2020, but I'm probably going to put the year that he passed, maybe. It was 2010. So this is it. I love it so much. I stitched on this one quite a bit in the fall. I love the house. I love the fancy floss. It's Schneckly. I like that name. That word, Schneckly. Anyway, it's beautiful. I'm stitching it 2/2 on 28 count Legacy Lugana. Picture this plus. Beautiful. This is one that I started in October for our anniversary. It is a Teresa Kogut, and it's in her Let Love Rain book. And if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. I love this so much. I love the picture, I love the design, but I especially love what it says. And that's me. Love your family. Half of the world's problems, more than half of the world's problems today are as a result of family situations. Anyway. So it was our 39th anniversary this past October, and I'd really like to have this finished for our 40th anniversary this year. So I better get a move on, eh? Oh, yeah, I haven't even seen it yet. Probably be a good idea to show you that. So, you know, I have a pretty decent start, but there's a heck of a lot of grass in that field, in that hill. So, yeah, there'll be some serious stitching to get that one done in time. Anyway, I love it. I'm not in a good angle. I can't see. And okay, and it is on 36 count. Oh, man. I think I've got it written down somewhere, but it's linen, 36 count linen. I'll have to dig a little bit to find it, but it's very pleasant to stitch. This one, I can't even remember what it's called, and it's a download. It's a Mama Loves You GB one. It's the one that that she did after the Queen's funeral, and King Charles talked about flights of angels singing you to, may flights of angels sing you to your reward, or something like that. And I just loved that saying. I thought it was so beautiful when he said that. So I started this. I'm not loving it. I don't know if it's a beautiful piece of fabric. It's I would say it's a 36 count cream linen, but it is maybe it's 32 count, and I'm stitching it 2/2, and that's probably the issue. I probably wished that I was stitching it 1/2. And it is number 321, DMC 321. So that one is an iffy. I'm not sure if that'll get finished or not. I may restart that one. This is probably one of my favorite whips, one of my favorite pieces of all time, and I'm kind of stuck. It's another Kathy Barrick, Riley Harbor, And you see that whale right there? Here we go. I need to stitch that whale. I love this so much, but I'm intimidated. I don't know if it's that I'm intimidated, and I meant to bring the threads in here. I think my issue is I'm not happy with the color of thread. Let me see if I can reach it. Which bag is it in, though? Ah. No. It's not that one. I just look a little bit, and then if I can't find it, I'll move on. And you know what the girls say, talk among yourselves. That's not it. Here we go. Okay, so I ordered 2 or 3 different fancy flosses. And then I had these 2 in my stash, or there's 2 of the same skein. And I think I've talked about this before on here. So I ordered Weeks Dye Works. I'm going to show it to you against the fabric. This is Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. Sorry. Okay. So it's a really pretty color, but I don't know if it's gonna cut it. It is gonna show up, I think. That's the Weeks Dye Works Confederate Gray. And then I ordered this one, and it's kind of a tealy gray, really light. It's got some teal colors in it. That's that one. I think that one's too blue for the whale. And then I have a Valdani Cape Cod Cottage, it's called. And that one, I think, has too much purple in the gray. So there's the 3 that I've got that I could use. And I mean, it's a fairly big old whale. So it's going to take probably at least 2 skeins. You can see it good enough there, but it's better. I don't know. Sometimes when you look at this print, which of course I printed myself, it does have a kind of a purpley look to it, purple gray. So maybe that Valdani one is a good one. I don't know. Out of the 3, that one looks the most like the way this printed. Anyway, I love it. I love the design. I love the whale. The whale is left to do, but also the doors on all of the houses are left to do. I came up with my own colorway for everything. A lot of the houses were all the same color, and I think they all had black, pretty much all had black doors. So I wanted to liven it up a little bit. And like I said, I really, really, really love it. But I'm kind of stuck with that whale. I guess I just need to get over it and do it. And the doors won't be a biggie. Anyway, it's probably my favorite whip. Or older whip. Strawberry Fields Forever. I started this one this past year. I started it. I had it oriented wrong with fabric, so I had to do a restart. And again, excuse all the threads. Love it. That is on a piece of 32 count gray by Weeks Dye Works. It's really fun to do. Those bricks are fun, and yeah, I enjoy that one. And it's 1/2 with the called for colors. I think I started this one a year ago. I don't know if it was January 1st. It might even have been my birthday in March. I'm not sure. It's the Anniversaries of the Heart, and this is the next one that comes up for me if I know I'm going to keep doing it. Again, I think I'm a little intimidated, probably by the size. Yeah. So I did the first one. I didn't rechart it. I changed some of the colors because I should have had that chart here to show you. It's the only one in the whole bunch of them that has a lot of white and gray. And to me, it really stands out from the rest. So that's the chart there. Snow Garden, which I get, you know, she's going for the snowy winter look, but I just find that it's separate. So I changed the colors and put some warmer colors in with the creams and blues and tans, and I love it. Also, another thing that I think intimidates me about this is it's always, everyone that I know of that stitched it stitches each one in memory or in honor of someone from their family. So like birthdays, a special anniversary, or you know, like my parents, my husband's parents, ours, my children's, all their anniversaries or birthdays, or even their pets, they're charting them on each individual piece. And that has kind of, I know that's what I want to do, but I don't know which one I want for who. And I'm very much inspired by Christy from Crosshatch Quilts. Run over there and see hers. She finished hers. I'm pretty sure hers is finished. And also Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. Both of theirs are just stunning. But I guess it was Olivia that I watched a lot. She did a video all about hers when she finished it. The whole video was about that. And it was all about her family members that she charted each one for. And it was really, really interesting. And so I really want to do that. But I hate the idea of leaving it until the end. Because I know myself, you know, and I might typically say, well, I've got it done now and it's going to sit here in a basket for 2 years before I do any of that personalization. So I'd kind of really like to personalize as I go, but I don't know. I really need to think about it. And I stitched that first block, like within a month, and then it's been sitting there ever since. And so I really need, and I didn't say what I was stitching it on. I don't think. It's 36 count linen. I'm pretty sure it's Vintage Country Mocha. And I'm doing 1/2. This one is pretty recognizable, but it's a download, so I don't have the chart. Hibernation Day from Heartstrings Samplery. And I'm doing 1/1 on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha Lugana. That is not a good representation of the color at all. No, can't get it. It's got a lot more warmth in it than what that's showing. It's much more goldy. It's beautiful. I love it. And I'm really enjoying stitching it the 1/1. That's a lot of fun. I planned on counting as we went through. I'm right down to, I think there's 3 left. This one, again, I'm unsure of. I love the pattern. Love it. Again, I was inspired by Kim from Contented Needleworker. Hi, Kim. This is Tetelestai from Quaint Rose Needle Arts, and I really love it. But I think my issue is, again, 2 threads, and I would rather be stitching it with 1. I'm stitching it on vellum, 28 count vellum Lugana. So, you know, I've started up in this corner and I've come down like to here. It's not a huge start, so it wouldn't be a biggie to restart it. I started it on Easter. It might have been just this past Easter. I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe I will restart it this coming Easter. And I will use 1 thread. 32 count, picture this plus Lugana is tight. I don't know. It must be something in their dyeing process. Picture this plus. But I always find their 32 count Lugana is tighter than other 32 count Luganas that I've used. So I started it thinking, you know, I would want the 2 threads, but I'm not enjoying the stitching, so I can see myself restarting that one. This one, I love it, love it, love it, love it. And it's been calling me lately a lot. I just haven't had a chance to pull it out. It's the Blue Flower, Huckleberry Farm. I love it so much. This one again is on Lugana. I had a center start with this one because I barely have enough fabric. So I needed to, oh, I wish I had brought a board. This will work. Okay, so I had the center start at the butterfly, and then I worked my way out to make sure that I was going to have room where that piece of fabric is cut away. And I will, even if I have to sew a little piece on to wrap around for the framing, it'll be okay. It is 32 count Lugana, but it's not picture this plus, so it's not as tight. It's a piece I dyed myself. I think it was already gray. And then I threw some dark teal and some dark gray and I think some black in there. So, and I was inspired by Lindy Stitches. I'm pretty sure it's Lindy Stitches that she had done it on a similar color. And I really, really love it. Really love it. So, yeah, I'm anxious to get back to that one. And then the last one is one that I started on Christmas Eve, and I forgot to bring it in to show you when I did my Flosstube last week. It's my next Prairie Schooler. I try to start one on Christmas Eve every year, and I'm doing the ones that that the date coincides with something for our family. So this one, the one I just finished was 1984, which was the year we got married, and then I started 1989 from this same chart, which is this one, I think. Yeah, it is. And that was the year our daughter was born. So, love that one. And that's my start on it. And I'm stitching it on 18 count beige Aida. 2 over 2. 2 over 1. Anyway, I do change my colors on my Prairie Schoolers. I use 321 and for the red and 3345 for the green. Anyway. So that's that. Anyway, I wish I had counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27, I think. But I did not bring in, if you watched my last video, you know I did 12 by 12 New Year's Eve, and I got 9 started. 2 of them I have finished, so I have 7 to add to that. And I already forgot what did I say, 27? I don't know. I think it was 27, so 7 more was 34. Anyway, I think that's what's, I don't think I brought them in. I'll show you the 2 that I finished in my next Flosstube, and I may have another finish on one of them before then too. So I'm not sure when that'll be. As you know, I can't upload here at my house. I have to make plans to upload when I try to film when I know I'm going to be somewhere with better internet. So this evening I have a board meeting in Weymouth for a committee that I'm on, and so I'm going to my sister's for supper, and I will upload it there at her house. So next time that I know I'm going to be somewhere, like for an evening or afternoon or whatever, I will try to do my next Flosstube. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe and do all the things. Yeah, if you've been around since the beginning or partway through, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. And I love being part of this lovely community. So happy stitching, happy 2024. I wish you all the best and lots of time for stitching and crafting. Have a great day.